Hey you guys, how's it going? It's been a minute since I've made one of these little videos, so I thought I would come on and, do some moving. It is middle of August, almost like leaning towards the end side of August. I can't even believe it how quickly the summer has gone by. It's crazy. It's a beautiful day out today, but it's like I'm in this work mode. So let's make a video. Moving always feels good. So whether you're inside or you're outside or wherever you are, breathe and feel and enjoy this class. So we'll start standing. Feet can land hip distance apart. A little wider always feels nice to me. Connect into the paws. And so the heels are even light, this springiness ability. And the paws are connected, almost like they're hugging the mat, this little squish in. And bend the knees forward, allow the hips to glide back. Paws are connected, roots down, hips back. Reach the arms forward and wide. Pressing the arms forward to create more space through the back of the heart. Begin to glide your ribs side to side. Floating and flying, soft shoulders, chin lifted, throat open. And creating more length on each side as you glide, ribs puff wide side to side. Reach your arms forward, lift through the heart, and then bring your hands to the center of your heart. Sweep wide, big lift up, arms to the sky. Bring your hands to the crown of your head, bend the knees forward, root the hips back, rise up, lift into the pressure of your hands, open the belly. Slide your hands down through your heart. Sweep wide, lift up, heart to sky. Hands through center, fold, root the hips back, hinge at the hips, belly stays long. Shift the weight forward into the front of the paw, keep a nice bend into the knees and release your hands down to the mat. Paws connected, pressing down and out to the side, hips root back and wide. A couple bends and extends through the legs here, holding a pocket in the back of the knee, holding that tension and integrity. Heart is full, crown reaches forward. Paws press down and out to the side. One more pulse. Bend into the knees, keep your hips rooting back and wide. Paws pressing down and out to the side. Sweep wide, rise high, lift up, big stretch. Hands down through center. Sweep up, arms wide and high, lift up. Bring your hands to the top of the head. Sing crown hands, root the hips back and wide, knees forward, rise high, lift into the pressure of your hands, open up. Slide the hands through heart center. Breathe. Arms sweep wide, rise them high, lift up. Hands through center, fold, root the hips back, belly stays long, hinging at the hips, coming down, down, down. Hands release to touch the ground, fingertips or light fists. Bend into the knees, paws press down and out to the side, root your hips back and wide. Heart stays full. Fingertips or your fists resist back towards the feet to feel the ribs pull forward, hips root back and wide. Paws press down and out to the side, gentle pulses bend and extend through the leg. Okay, big bend into the knees, arms sweep wide all the way up, heart to sky. Hands down through center. Reach wide, fly the arms up to the sky. Hands meet to the crown of the head, knees forward, hips root back, lift up, lengthen into the belly, rise up. Slide the hands through your heart center. Sweep wide, lift your arms up to the sky. And then fold, hinging at the hips, root your hips back and wide. Gentle bend into the knees, lengthen the belly, hands plant this time. Press the ground away, keep your eyes looking forward, little hops. Push down to lift up. Knees at a 90 degree. Hop with an open belly. Land back down, feet hip distance apart. Pause, press down and out to the side. Root your hips back and wide. Sweep your arms forward to lift your heart high. Bend into the knees, glide your hips back. Begin to glide your ribs side to side. Like you're driving an imaginary sea bus comes to mind with this notion of floating, of flying. Soft shoulders, chin lifted, throat open. Find stillness. Reach the arms forward. Fill the space between the shoulder blades and then sweep your hands back to catch both sides of the skull. Head presses into the hand to open the throat. Knees forward, hips root wide. Rise through the center, lift up, heart to sky. A couple pulses through the center, lengthen, open the belly. Rise up, arc up and over to the right. Crescent right, hips root wide. Soften the belly, lift, lengthen, rise high through the left side. Head presses into the hand, open your throat. Release your right hand to the top of the right thigh. Press the thigh down, lift up, lengthen into the right. Hold length in the right as you arc up and over with the left. And pressing down to rise up. Okay, hold the length, hold the rise. Shift the weight to the right foot, hover left heel. A little dragging action back to connect into the posterior chain of that left side, left butt. And then pick up the foot, open leg to the side. Keep pressing the right thigh down, rise high through the left ribs. Little pedal here. Resisted pedal like you're pulling through cold honey. Hips root back and wide. Length through the belly, rising ribs. Head presses into the hand, open the throat. Big full breathing. Find some stillness. We're going to sweep this left foot all the way back behind. Step back, zigzag. The left foot lands to just outside of the right side of the mat. Keep the hand connected to the top of the thigh. Bend the knees wide, root the hips back. Press down, lift up. Hips root back wide. Pressing down to lift, lengthen, open into the left side. One more like this. Release the thigh, catch right hand to the outside edge of the left elbow. Resist the elbow away from the hand to deepen the stretch all along the left side. Hips root back wide, rise high, opening and widening into the left side. Sit the hips back, curl the chin into the chest, rounding through the upper back. Resist the elbow away from the hand, deepen the stretch in the low back. Experiencing this, root back, spiral up, right elbow dips low and spins up towards the sky, spiral twist. Hips sit back wide into your twist up to the sky. And keep rising, widening, lengthening into the left line. Right elbow dips low, lift up. Let's curl in one more time, chin to chest. Resist the elbow away from the hand, open the back. Root the hips wide, spiral up, right elbow dips low to rise high. Twist it up. One more breath. Cool. Release your arms wide. Take a breath. Soften the shoulders, lift the chin. Take a little spring open leg, connect your left hand to the front of the left thigh. Press the knee forward, send the hips back and wide. Reach your right arm long, lengthen through the belly. Little pulses here. Option to catch behind the thigh. Pull the flesh up to narrow the knee downward and kick extension. Kick the leg out to the side. Reaching and opening, final variation. Right hand catches behind the head. Elbow hugs in towards the nose. Hips root back, kick wide, lengthen, open the belly. Rise your heart to the sky. One more full inhale. Yow, yow. Cool, rebend through the knee. Two arms reach forward. Begin to hinge at the hips. Root your right femur back into the hip socket. Keep the belly long. Two hands land light to the right side. Root right femur back. Option for a block here. Yeah. So rooting the right femur back wide, up and high. Left knee hugs in towards the belly, little pedal. And keep rooting wide. Belly stays long, rise high into the left side. One more pulse. Awesome. Rebend into your knee. Step the left foot back down, rising all the way up, and cross your wrists. Little glide of your ribs, side to side. Beautiful. Hey, find some stillness. Reach your arms forward and wide. Pick up your heart. Press, lengthen, open up. And connect your hands. Slide them down through your heart. Sweep wide. Arms out to the side. Lift up. Hands connect, bring them to the crown of the head. Knees forward, hips root wide, rise center, lift it up. And slide the hands through your center. Big breath. Sweep wide, lift up. And then folding all the way forward, root back, hinging at the hips, belly stays long. Hands release down. Pause, press down and out to the side. More weight in the front of the foot, light heels, even hovered heels. Root the hip back and wide. Lengthen through the back line. Ribs resist forward, heart full all sides. Soften the shoulders. Narrow your heels. Deep bend coming all the way down. Deep squat, little shift of the knees side to side. Root your hips back, repivot the foot forward, root the femurs back into the hip socket, arms stretch forward, lift your heart all the way up, press the arms forward and wide, beaming heart full all sides, sweep your hands back, catch both sides of the skull. Knees bend forward, hips glide back, lift through the center, rise it up. A couple pulses here, lengthening and opening. Rise through the center, arc up and over to the left. Crescent high, arcing up, over, lengthen all along the right side. Head presses into the hand, open the throat, big expansion. Release your left hand to the top of the left thigh. Press down the thigh, hold length and space in the left as you rise and arc through the right. Pulsing to open, big extension. Shift the weight into the left foot. Hover right heel, work into some drag backs. Connect into that back line. All the way up into your right butt. Hold the lift, hold the rise in the right ribs. Total shift, weight to the left, right leg lifts out to the side. Knees forward, hips back. Keep rising high into the right ribs. Little pedal. Like you're pulling through cold honey. Sticky and resisted, hips root wide, hold the lift, hold the lightness in your heart, lengthen the belly, rising energy, hips rooting back, toes connected, big breath. All right. Next time we sweep this foot, we'll sweep it all the way back behind, step back, zigzag, right toes land to the left side of the mat. Bend the knees wide, hips root, press down to rise high, lengthen and open. Knees splay wide, hips root back, rise high, open up. Release your left hand to catch the outside edge of the right elbow. Resist the elbow away from your hand. Deepen the stretch, wide and open through the right side. Hips pull back, lengthening, opening up. Sit back, curl in, chin tucks in, rounding through the upper back. Resist the elbow away from the hand. Deepen the stretch in the low back. Hips root wide, spiral up, left elbow dips low to rise high into your twist. Little winds into the spiral, opening up. And keep resisting, lengthening and opening into the right side. Take one more curl in. Resist the elbow away from the hand. Root the hips wide, sit deep, spiral up, left elbow dips low to swing high. One more breath. Releasing both hands wide. Take a breath. Soften your shoulders. arms pressing forward. Take a little spring, connect your right hand to the front of your right knee. Open leg to the side, left arm reaching forward. Little pulses here, resisting the knee forward, hips rooting back. Lengthen the belly. Option stay, option to catch behind the thigh. Pull the flesh up to narrow the knee downward, kick extension, leg out to the side. Hips root wide, big opening, all sides expanding, lengthening. Chin lifted, soft shoulders. One more breath. Rebend through the knee, release the thigh, arms press forward. Begin to hinge at the hips, root your hips back and wide. Arcing up and over to the left side, fingertips land light. Yeah, extend and lengthen into that left leg, root your hip back. Little sticky pedal here. Rising high into the right ribs, lengthening each time we wind into that bicycle. Cool. Big bend into the left knee. Right foot lands back down, rise up, cross your wrists. A little bend into the knees, into your glide, the ribs side to side. Lifting up, finding more length in the side body. Chin lifted, soft shoulders. Step wide, step wide. Bend into the knees, glide your hips back. Interlace your hands behind your back. Yeah. If that doesn't feel good, you're welcome to just take your hands down into this. If you're wanting to explore, stretching into the front of the heart, into the shoulders, let your head hang heavy. Knees stay bent, hips root wide. You can glide your legs side to side. Release your interlace. Hands plant to the mat. Step back, hands and feet. Feet hip distance, paws connected. Nice bend into the knees. Hips root back wide and high. Paws press down and out to the side. Lengthen the belly, press the mat away. Hold the fullness in the back of the heart. Pulse forward and back, hips root wide. Heart reaches forward. Creating this length, tone, and tension through the belly as the heart stretches forward, the hips resist back. Externally rotate your right hand, twist toes and knees to the left. Hips root wide, rise high through the left side. Pulse here, extend, lengthen, and open. Use the paw to root the hips back, lengthen into the belly, rise high into the left ribs, big stretch. One more pulse. Back through center. Hips root wide, heart pulls forward. A little shift of your hips side to side. Externally rotate the left hand, toes and knees twist to the right. Bend the knees, root the hips wide, rise high into the right side. Pulse here. Big stretch. Reach the right arm forward and long, lengthen through the whole right side. Back through center. Lower the knees, come down to all fours, hands and knees. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the foot down into the mat. Hips root wide, roll forward. Undulate your spine, finding that wave. Hips pull back and wide into your ripple curl forward. Can you find the tension and tone as you pull your hips back and wide? Feel that length opening through the belly. And then as you curl forward, curl the chin in, press the mat, really expand the space between the shoulder blades. One more. All right. Pulse forward, back. Hips sit way back. Peel the right knee open to the side. Place your paw to the mat. Kickstand the left foot out just a little bit. Hips sit wide, rise high through the right side. It's like this peeling open, the hips root wide, and then we peel open into the rib side. Chin is lifted, throat is open. And take the right hand, catch underneath the left ribs, hips root wide, little spiral, revolve the ribs towards the sky, twist it up. Big stretch, reach your right arm long, lengthen. And connect your right hand to the front of the right thigh. Pick up the foot, open leg to the side. Knee presses forward, hips sit back. A little pulse forward and back. Hold the lifted quality underneath the left ribs. Chin lifted, throat open, big stretch. And carry the heart forward, carry the foot forward to place in front of the left thigh. The right toes face towards the right side of the mat, heel towards the left. Right fingertips land light to the right side of the mat, glide the hips back, keep the belly long. You can take your hand to your right butt, and as you sit back, pull the flesh up. Lengthen and open into that pelvic floor, butt wide, and open it up. Big stretch, reach the right arm long, lengthen. Last cool variation here. I love this. Take two fists forward. Fists and wrists land ahead of the shoulders, so there's quite a slant. Press the fists into the mat, really fill the space between the shoulder blades, so instead of like a collapse where push. And then resist your fist back towards your feet, towards your knee, and feel this tone, tension, and length in the belly. Little resist backwards, fists pulling towards the feet, towards the knee, heart reaches forward. One more pulse. Well, connect your right toes to the mat, right foot to the mat. Hands forward. We're going to pivot on the right foot, left leg lifts, open leg to the side. Cool, root your right femur back. Hug the left knee in. Press the mat away. Option to stay just like this. A little extension, rooting the femur back into the hip socket. Option to rise through the left ribs, lighten into the left fingertips. Option to take your left hand to the front of the left knee. Press the knee forward, root the hips back, open into the belly. Right foot, heel hovering, toes connected. Yeah, one more full inhale. Exhale, release your hand, light to the right, the left side. Left foot steps forward. Pivot on the right, stay low and just glide your hips side to side. Or back and forth, I guess it's more like less side to side. Getting deep here. If this is too low, lift it up. I'm really loving staying low, getting really into this deep squat, deep hips. Okay. Everybody rise your heart. Connect your left fist to the inside edge of the left thigh. Right arm big, stretch up high, lengthen and open into that right side, and then sweep your hand to catch behind the head. Root your hips wide and then rise, lengthen, open into the right side, hips back. Soft belly, rising heart, lift it up. Right paw digs down, drags back. Hold the hips wide as the heart rises, big stretch. One more pulse. Arms reach forward wide. Take a little spring cross ankle, right ankle to the top of the left thigh. Connect your fists and bring them to the crown of the head. Elbows narrow, resist upwards into the pressure of your hands. Resist the ankle into the thigh. Glide your hips back and then rise up high. Little root and rise pulse. Hips slide back. Torso stays long, energetically rising up. One more pulse. Okay, arms wide. Big bend into the knees. Send your hips back. Hands to the shin. Resist your ribs forward. Deep seat, hips rooted wide. Heart full, lift the chin. One more full inhale. Lift your heart. Step the right foot to the side wide. Left foot to the side wide. Deep bend into the knees, hips pull back. Little tick tock of the shoulders, like shoulder dips. Okay, big bend into the knees, hips back, hands down to the mat, press the ground, take a couple hops, pushing the ground away, keep the eyes looking forward, open belly, knees at a 90 degree, hop high, land light. Land back. Hands and feet. Pedal your heels. Pulse forward, back. Externally rotate your right hand, twist toes and knees to the left. Hips root wide, rise high into the left side. Keep left fingertips connected. Drop the right, pick up the left. One arm, one leg, side balance. Root your right femur back wide, little pedal. Keep rising high in through the left ribs. Lengthen through the belly. Left hand lands on an external rotation. Left knee sweeps all the way underneath of you. Revolve your kitty. Root the hips back wide, big bend into the knees and stretch your right arm long. Pulse here, root back wide, big stretch, lengthen and open. One more pulse. Back through center. Little pedal of the heels. Heart forward, hips root wide. Externally rotate the left hand, toes and knees twist to the right. Hips sit back and wide, rise high through the right side. Keep your right fingertips connected. Drop the left, pick up the right. One arm, one leg, side balance. Root the left femur back wide, up and high. Rise high, lift lightness into the right ribs, little pedal. A sticky pedal like you're pulling through cold honey. Find stillness with your pedal. Right hand lands on an external rotation. Sweep the right knee underneath. Revolve your kitty. Plant the paw, bend the knees. Root the hips wide to the right side. Big stretch. Left arm reaches long. Pulse here. Opening into the side. Hips pull back wide. Big stretch. Back through center. Lower the knees, come down to all fours. Untuck the toes, top of the foot presses down, glide your ribs side to side. Two fists forward. Resist your, it's like you push the ground away to really broaden the space between the back. Hold that fullness and then drag your hands towards the knees. Little tug of war here. Hips pull back as the heart pulls forward. You should feel this lengthening and toning in the belly. Last one. Hands plant back, pulse forward back. Hips high, wide, heart reaches forward. Yeah. Sit the hips way back. Peel the left knee open to the side. Place your paw to the mat. Kickstand the right foot out just a little bit. Root wide, rise high. Lift up into the left side. Little pulses here. Like you're creeping, like you're peeling open into this left side body. Left paw can dig down, drag back to root the hips back and wide. Soften the belly as you rise the ribs up, lengthen into the left side. Left hand to right ribs, hips root back, little spiral, twist the ribs. Revolving the ribs upwards as you root the hips back. Lift the chin, open the throat. Big stretch. Left arm long, open up. Connect your left hand to the front of the left thigh. Pick up the foot, open leg to the side, pulse forward back. Hips sit wide towards the heel. Hold the length in the belly. Crown reaches forward, heart pulls forward. Keep resisting your knee into your hand. Next pulse forward, we will carry this left foot to place in front of the right thigh. The toes face towards the left side of the mat, heel towards the right. Left fingertips can land, sit back, sit wide. A little pulse forward back. I'm gonna keep the butt widening as we glide the hips back. Belly stays long. It's nice here to catch your butt, and as you glide back, pull up. A little butt widening here. Feels good. Big stretch. Reach your arm long, lengthen. Last little offering here. 2 fists to the mat. Fill into the back, press down, and then drag back. And dragging the fists towards your feet or towards your knees. Holding that length, tone, openness in the belly. And creating more space for the spine, 1 more pulse. Yeah, and the hands plant forward. You want a bit of space here so that there's quite a deep slant, so that when we keep the left toes connected, left toes pivot forward, right leg lifts, open leg to the side. If you need to hop your left foot back a little bit, you can. Okay, so just rooting this left femur back wide up and high, really lengthening into that leg and sending the butt up and wide. Right knee hugs in, push the ground away, hold that fullness in the back. Option stay, just extending into that left leg. Option 2, rise right ribs, lighten right fingertips. Option 2, connect the right hand to the front of the knee, press the knee forward, root the hip back, lengthen into the belly. Toes connected, hips back wide. Breathing, opening. 1 more full inhale. Exhale, right fingertips land back. Right foot steps wide to the right side of the mat. Left foot pivots. Deep squat. Stay low and glide your hips forward and back. If it's too low, you can have a block. Or you can just rise up, glide back and forth. Yeah, like I said on the other side, I'm really enjoying getting deep into the inner lands, into the deep lands. Toes connected. Cool. Rise the heart high. Bend the knees, root the hips back, connect your right hand to the inside edge of the right thigh. Left arm big stretch up high, reach, and then arcing up and forward. Stretching length, sweep the hand back, catch behind the head. Hug your elbow into the cheek, dig, drag, root the left paw down and back, reach and rise high into the left ribs. Little pulse. Finding more length and more space. Yeah, yo. Take 1 more pulse. Big stretch, reach and open, lengthen. Release your arms forward and wide, soft shoulders, big full breath. And take a little spring cross ankle, left ankle to the top of the right thigh. Connect your fists forward of the heart and bring them to the crown of the head. Yeah, little root and rise here. Glide your hips back and then resist upwards into the pressure of your hands. Open up. Hips slide back. Lift it up. Rising upwards. Open belly, open neck. Right toes connected. Resist ankle to thigh. Soften the shoulders. Lift length into the belly, heart high. Release your arms. Deep seat, root the hips back wide, connect your fists forward of the shin. Resist your fist back into your shin to pull the ribs forward, lengthen the belly and lift the chin. Sit deep, sit wide. One more full inhale. Exhale, rise the heart, step wide, big sway, glide your ribs side to side. All right, deep squat, bend the knees, send the butt back, hinge at the hips to take the hands down to the mat. A couple of hops are here if you want them. Press down to rise up, eyes forward, knees at a 90 degree. If you don't want hops, just stepping back into hands and feet. Little pedal of your heels. Pulse forward, back. Move it out, shift the hips. Okay. Externally rotate right hand, toes and knees left to hips, root wide, rise high. Last couple pulses here on this side. Lower your right hip down. We're going to take this left foot forward of the right thigh. Left fingertips land and we'll just sort of creep, press the hand down so that right hand pushes the ground away so that we can rise and lift and lengthen into the left side. At the same time, the left knee resists away. Ankle to thigh, connect. Left hand connects to your left foot. If it's too much, catch behind the thigh. Hand to the foot, knee hugs in. Keep lifting underneath the right rib. So instead of collapsing, lifting. Yeah, knee hugs in and then little pulses of extension. Keeping a tension in the back of the knee. A little bit of integrity of that engagement. Heart beams high. Option to stay supported with the right hand. Option to get light, kick the foot longer, lift the heart higher, maybe reach, open, beam high, heart to sky, smile. And then place your hand back down. Foot can land, hand back forward, twist it up. Little shift, hips side to side. Externally rotate the left hand, toes and knees twist right. Last pulses here. Hips root wide, rise high, lift and open into the right side. Lower the left hip down, keep it rooting wide towards the left side. Right foot lands forward of the left thigh. Right fingertips land to the right side of the mat. Press the mat away to lift, rise high into the right ribs. A little kind of gliding back and forth here. Knee resists away. Lengthen the belly. Okay. Right foot to the foot or behind the thigh if it's too much. Yeah, we're gonna hug the knee in, keep lifting underneath the left ribs, hold that integrity, and begin to pulse extension into this leg. It's like the pause, like gas pedaling the hand, so you can hold this integrity, this tension of engagement in the back line of the leg. If you want, you can keep your hand connected. You can weight forward, let your foot carry you. Lift your left arm, reach it wide, chin to lift, heart to sky. Yeah, opening all sides, expanding wide, big open. Yeah, yo. We'll release your foot. Gonna slide the left arm along to the top right corner of the mat so that we can lie onto our side, to lie onto our back. Catch your knees, cup them, little rock side to side. Knees pull heavy, shoulder blades expand and broaden, lift your chin. Take the knees into the air, reach your arms into the sky. Move the knees a little bit away and the arms a little bit towards the ears. I'm gonna do some active twists here. So knees halfway to the right, arms halfway to the left. And then kick long, like you're stretching for opposite corners of the room. Lengthen into the belly, and then bring it back. Knees to the left, arms to the right. Kick long, active stretch, opening, chin lifted, throat open, and bring it back. Knees right, arms left. Kick long, big stretch. And back. Knees left, arms right. Kick long, open up. And then back. One more time on each side. Knees right, arms left. Big stretch. And back. Knees left, arms right. Kick long, big stretch. And back. And plant the feet behind your sits bones. Chin up, bar your hands, fingertips land above the head, elbow to the sky. Wash your knees side to side. And through center. Last little thing, right ankle crosses to the top of the left thigh. Press your left foot into the mat to lift your bum, inch it to the right side, drop it back down for a twist to the left. You can take your left hand to your right ankle if it's in your reach and gently resist the knee away from you. Also lives here an IT stretch. You can give yourself a little kickstand with your elbow to the ground and just support underneath the knee, the calf. If you have the space, hand to foot. You can catch your right hand to your bum as you kick, pull the flesh back as you kick long. Little pulses into that extension. Back through center, feet plant, pick up the bum, lower back, left ankle to the top of the right thigh, and just pick up the bum, inch it to the left, drop the hip to twist to the right side, chin up, bar the hands, you can stay here if this feels nice. Welcome to take the right hand to the left ankle if that's in your reach, gentle resistance of the thigh of the knee away. Lift up the chin, open the throat. Option to move into the IT stretch. You can give yourself like a little kickstand for the leg, anywhere along the line, or if you have the space to catch the foot. You can also take the left hand to your bum, pull the flesh back as you kick the foot long. Rise back up through center. Fix your hips. At your feet. Little ninja chop. Side to side. Happy baby. When it feels right, you can extend your legs long. Catch your bum, spread the cheeks and widen. Catch your shoulders, spread the shoulders, widen. Arms out to the side, palms up, lift your chin, big breath in. And exhale. Let yourself be soft. And take up some time here. Breathe and be still. Connect in with your breath. Connect in with your heartbeat. Thank you for practicing. Meow, meow, meow. You should come and practice with me live, online live at dailyritual.live. It's dope. Such a rad little community, and yeah, the classes are fun. For real. Changing every day. And there's a lot of beautiful teachers who are truly amazing. So you should come and join us and be a part of this movement. And yeah, raise your vibration. Namaste.